Hello everyone. Today I'm introducing Visual Query Builder, a new extension for Kineviz Graphics R that lets you create Cypher queries on an existing Neo4j database using drag-and-drop, no-code visual building blocks. Cypher is a full-featured open-source query language for managing graph data built by Neo4j and used by many graph databases. It's powerful, but learning it can be time-consuming. Visual Query Builder, on the other hand, lets you query for graph data from a Neo4j database and return nodes and edges to your Graphics R project without writing any Cypher code. You get fast, no-code access to your Neo4j data. And if you do want to learn Cypher, the well-formed queries that Visual Query Builder generates can help you learn faster, too. In this video, I'll be showing some basic queries on data for a research project investigating social media and the 2020 U.S. election. You'll see how Visual Query Builder can quickly generate Cypher queries and deliver data to Graphics R. First, in our Graphics R project, we open the Visual Query Builder workspace. In the Project Panel and Extensions tab, we select Visual Query Builder from the drop-down menu and click to add a Cypher query block to the workspace. This will let us watch the query being built as we add and specify category, relationship, and property blocks, and then connect them in the visual pattern we want. We'll start with a simple query on a single category, Twitter users with a screen name that includes Joe. First, we click to add a category block. Then click the settings icon on the category block and select the user category. A list of the properties available for this category is displayed. We'll click the screen name property and click OK. Now we click to add a property block and connect it to the screen name property in the user block using the sockets that are provided. Then, in the drop-down menu, we set the value for the screen name. Select like and enter Joe in the text box. The Cypher code appears in the Cypher query block. There's a default limit of 25 nodes and associated edges. We can increase the number to return more data than that, then click the run arrow to query the database. That's it. Now let's build a query for categories connected by a relationship. We'll look for influential Twitter users who retweeted to one another during a particular month and who are probably trolls or bots. For this pattern, we need two category blocks set to the user category, each with the botto prob and followers count properties selected. And we need a relationship block set to the retweeted 2020-09 relationship. We connect the user category and retweet relationship blocks by dragging a line between the solid white sockets on the blocks. We connect the sockets from right to left. The right-hand socket of the first user category block is connected to the left-hand one on the retweeted relationship block, and so on. Now we add property blocks for the botto prob and followers count properties for each user. We add a Cypher query block to see the query and change the number of returned nodes and edges. Then click its run arrow. Next, we want to look at influential users who have sent a video with a tweet. We can do this with a branching pattern, and we can easily add it to the previous query. Let's do that now. In a moment, I'll show you a few more query patterns. But first, we want to save this query. We simply click the export icon to export the query as a JSON file. From there, any GraphXR user can import it using the import icon. Now that we've saved the query, we can click the clear icon to clear the entire query from the workspace. We can also drag any block to the trash icon to delete it. Now we'll build a loop pattern to explore retweets cycled among influential bot-like users, in this example over a 2-month period. Again, once the query is built, we simply click the Run arrow in the Cypher query block. Once the query has returned data, you can run an in-memory search for subgraphs. The default limit is 5, but we can edit the limit field to increase the number. Click Select All to select all the subgraphs in the list, or click a single element in the list to select it. We do use the GraphXR query panel to enter and run Cypher queries directly, but it can also work well to sketch a query in Visual Query Builder and then copy it to the query panel for further editing. In the Cypher query block, click the document icon at the lower right. This copies the query to the clipboard. Then, in the Query panel and Cypher tab, we can paste the query into the query text box. From there, we can run, edit, and save it in our GraphXR project. So, with Visual Query Builder, importing specific Neo4j graph data to GraphXR becomes much easier and faster. And that lets you focus on exploring and visualizing your data for new insights. More information about Visual Query Builder is available through Kineviz.com in our Learning Resources area and Community Gallery. We'd love to see you there.